Yo, what's going on, guys? Dilwobs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we have even more leaks, moving on to Season 5, and even more mentions of new heroes in Marvel Rivals. So let's get things started. First up, we have a leak from XOX Leak, who have given us so much information. We talked about Season 4 in yesterday's video, so you can watch that after this one if you haven't already. But this time around, they've revealed that Marvel Rivals Season 5, yes, Season 3 isn't out yet, and we're talking about Season 5, will be themed around love and the eternal touch of romance. Now, at first thought, you might be thinking, what's going on here? Why is the theme of Season 5 love? How does this give us anything to go off? Well, it actually gives us a pretty big hint at the two heroes that will most likely be releasing in this season, and that is none other than Rogue and Gambit. Because, first of all, Rogue and Gambit are indeed engaged or married in the Marvel Rivals lore, as they have been in previous Marvel comics, so that already lines up with love and romance. And this is backed by the fact that in the game files, the current list of heroes that are slated for release in the near future, as in these guys are pretty ready to go, and Marvel Rivals seem to be readying them for the official release, Rogue and Gambit are both names featured in that list, so we know we should be getting them sometime soon. And this all lines up with a bunch of voice lines that we have for these two heroes, which connects them perfectly to a season themed around love and the eternal touch of romance. So what I'm going to do is play for you some voice lines that we have of the heroes interacting with Rogue. Take a listen to these.
Arigato, dog. I like to think that Spider is equal parts function and fashion.
Sorry, all my skills were developed the old-fashioned way. Hard work and training.
That ring of yours. The gem looks familiar.
Is it true you can absorb people's memories?
I am happy that you and Remy have chosen to fully embrace your love. As do I. But even so, a future with him will be full of challenges.
Better refrain from petting me then. I may be cute, but my past is pretty ugly.
If we've got to save the time stream, we might as well look good doing it, right?
Yeah, given plenty of those over my years. Trying to keep up with everyone. Whew.
So it seems she has some pretty positive interactions. I like the interaction between Penny Parker and Rogue. Also, notice how Black Widow mentions her ring, saying that the gem looks familiar. Keep that in mind as we listen to the voice lines that have been leaked for Gambit.
Those were simpler times, Remy. Sometimes I wish we could go back.
No. Spider is a friend, I swear. Please don't blow us up.
It's gonna be an epic one. You sure you want to go in with just a deck of cards?
Not really. Retrieving classified intel is not the same as pulling jewel heists.
A thief, huh? Ever stolen an Infinity Stone from an Elder of the Universe?
Yep, we hear you, Gambit. Loud and clear.
I suppose you're right. So how about we work together to steal a win?
Let's talk more when this battle's over. I might have the perfect job for you.
Touché.
You would use Rogue's engagement ring to run from a battle. That's low. Even for you.
So, as we can see, there are tons of voice lines that reference the fact that Rogue and Gambit are indeed engaged. They talk a lot about their engagement ring. So, that lines up perfectly with Season 5 being themed around love and the eternal touch of romance. Notice how it says eternal touch as well. The word touch gives me connotations of Rogue because Rogue's main ability is the fact that anybody she touches, she can see into their minds and she can take their abilities. So Rogue and Gambit are almost certain for Season 5. And it seems that their engagement ring will actually play some significance in the lore of Season 5. It's mentioned too many times, so the fact that Black Widow recognized the gem could mean it is a significant gem that Gambit actually stole on a heist to use as this amazing engagement ring for Rogue. Now, there have been a few gems mentioned in the Marvel Rivals lore already. I mean, the Infinity Stones were in the Collector's theme park that Jeff actually ate. So there's a chance it could be an Infinity Stone, and that would ring a bell with Black Widow. It could also be some other form of gem, potentially the Crimson Gem that was also in the Collector's theme park in the Marvel Rivals lore in the Jeff the Landshark story. And notice in the voice line where Rocket says, "A thief ever stolen an Infinity Stone from an Elder of the Universe?" Well, we're yet to hear what Gambit's response to this is, but there's a chance that his response could indeed be yes. because the Collector is one of the elders of the universe, so there's definitely a chance that Gambit stole the gem for Rogue's wedding ring from the Collector, and Season 5 will take place on the Collector's theme park as that ties in the lore. Or maybe the Collector has stolen the engagement ring because the gem holds some significance and the heroes are getting it back because it's actually a very powerful gem that does not need to be in the hands of the Collector. Or maybe even something like Doctor Doom has something to do with it. But I think there is a strong tie between Rogue, Gambit, the theme of Season 5, their engagement ring has significant importance, specifically the gem, and it feels like there's a heavy tie to the Collector's theme park, which is, by the way, a leaked map in the game files. So that is my theory for Season 5. Now, Rogue and Gambit being the new heroes is very, very awesome. Because first of all, Rogue is a strategist, but she's probably going to be the most unique strategist in the game so far. Not being a stereotypical healer, because she has these abilities. The ability to draw, which is likely the ability she presses to actually steal an ability. And then we have ability acquisition, skill 1, 2, and 3. So it seems she will be able to steal up to 3 abilities from other heroes. And then she has a named ability called capacity building, which seems to be kind of maybe a passive that you have to charge up in order to steal the abilities, and you can only use them for a certain amount of time. You just know that Rogue is here to shake things up. I mean, being able to steal other heroes' abilities, the skill ceiling could be insanely high. Now, when it comes to Gambit, he is leaked to be a duelist. Now, of course, things could change, but it makes sense, especially with his kit. And his leaked abilities have him using his classic kinetic energy cards as his primary fire. He also has an energy accumulation ability, which makes me believe that his kinetic energy will be formed as part of the passive. In fact, it could be very similar to how we have Phoenix in the game right now, where the more he hits people, it will charge up his kinetic energy, and then it can explode the enemies that you've hit. Actually, that sounds exactly like Phoenix. And then we have the node card array projection and recycling. Honestly, no idea what that is. It could just be part of the kinetic energy card abilities. I think I, like many others, are hoping that he has the team up with Wolverine where he charges his claws. However, I'm starting to notice there are so many similarities with him and Phoenix right now, because Phoenix also has a team up with Wolverine where she quite literally sets fire to him. Very interesting. So I cannot wait for Gambit and Rogue, and it seems very, very likely they'll be dropping in Season 5. Now, with that being said, we have another Season 4 leak and even more heroes mentioned. So first of all, we talked about this gallery card that's coming in Season 3 yesterday, and we were trying to figure out who this character is. It kind of looks like it could be a possessed Daredevil. However, it seems this is, in fact, Di Zhang. As I mentioned in the last video, Di Zhang is a shadowy figure that is controlling the 8th city. This is the 8th city of heaven, which relates to Kunlun, which is going to be the Season 4 map. And he's a pretty shady guy. He's apparently offering refuge in the 8th city, but he's basically giving refuge to anybody, even the worst of villains. And there was a leaked voice line between Hela and Iron Fist, where Hela says, "I was granted sanctuary by a friend of yours, Di Zhang." And then Iron Fist says, "Then perhaps we two can forge a similar relationship, at least until this battle ends." So I believe that confirms this is indeed Di Zhang, and he definitely has some more evil plans for Hela. This guy's super shady, and this will all be going down in Season 4. On top of that, we also have Cyclops mentioned in Marvel Rivals in Season 3. In the Phoenix lore story, we do have some mentions of Cyclops. Now, he's missing. He can't be found. He wasn't on Krakoa, and Phoenix hasn't been in contact with him for a while. Now, people also noticed that she referenced him as her paramour. This is basically a relationship you have with someone that's kind of behind the back of your own marriage. It's basically like someone you're cheating with, and people are not happy. They do not want this kind of relationship with Jean Grey and Cyclops. And people were saying, does that mean Jean Grey and Wolverine are going to be a thing in Marvel Rivals? But from the early access gameplay, it seems that Logan flirts with Jean, but she just kind of friend zones him. So yeah, this one's going to get interesting, but no sign of Cyclops joining the game just yet, but they're definitely going to be building upon that lore. Also in Season 3, we have this interaction between Jean Grey and Star-Lord, where Kitty Pryde is mentioned.
So, any chance you've talked to Kitty Pryde recently, Jean?
I've been traveling the spaceways alone for some time.
Bummer. Was just wondering if she remembered me.
Take a deep breath, Peter. Amongst all life in the universe, you're really quite unforgettable.
I know there are so many people that want Kitty Pryde to join the game. However, she hasn't been leaked. She is not in the game files at all. Now, that doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't mean she's not coming. However, it certainly means she's much less likely to be joining the game in the near future, especially since they have the next few seasons clearly already panned out. So there we go, guys. So many leaks for you. Which heroes are you most excited for? What do you think of all the lore connecting Gambit and Rogue? I think it's going to get very interesting in Season 5. Hopefully, I made some sense of laying out all that information for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.